the years. So, um, anyway, today again we are going to be talking about dating. Yay! That's like one of our favorite topics. Women love talking about that, and mainly I think because a lot of women, not all of them, but majority of them, tend to think that they have to have a man to be complete, and they have to be, because that's what society fed us. If you don't have a husband, then you're nothing. You have, what else do you have? And why aren't you married? And why don't you have anyone? That's what you normally get with society. you know but we have to understand as singles that sometimes our sole purpose shouldn't be wrapped around trying to find a person and to date or to be married to. Sometimes your purpose could be something totally different that God has given you. So, we shouldn't be living off and operating based off of what society is feeding us. We should be living and walking in what God is telling us to do, and walking in his purpose and not our own purpose. You need to listen, and learn not just from the voice of God, but from people who have gone through certain struggles and experiences. We should also be able to um, be able to listen to them as well. So to do this as well. So the whole thing is, does anyone know the proper way of dating? That's something I had to learn. I definitely had to learn what is the proper way of dating, because a lot of women, including myself, have gone through the dating stages of repeat dating. We like serial daters, we dating and dating and dating and dating, and you always get the same end result. But why is the question? Okay, why is the question? And so when it comes to dating, I think a lot of us operate on in the spirit of desperation and the spirit of loneliness, and they're not taking the time out to actually think things through. They're not actually taking the time to logically think when it comes to picking a spouse. It's more of just saying, okay, well, I want a man, I need a man, and you'll start settling for potential instead of settling and taking and I'm not instead of settling, but instead of taking your time and being selective and allowing the man to choose you, you end up just being a pick me and picking anything that comes your way because it's giving you time and attention, and a lot of this stuff is basic information, but there's some women out here who is just gullible, naive, silly, and not walking in their purpose. They're just out here like, oh, I want a boyfriend, but you just settling for whatever comes in your direction. You're not taking the time out to vet what comes in your direction. So, because it is a man's job to pursue you, not the other way around. And it's my belief, it is a man's job to pursue the woman. Now, if you out there just chasing every Tom, D, and Harry, then you might need to do some self-reflection, but it is a man's job to pursue the woman. Now, men like to chase, and that's just how it is. Men men like to chase, and they like challenges, But but in those between challenges and chases, you need to be paying attention to his character. Okay. And that's the main factor that you need to be doing when you are dating, paying attention to his character. So I have a few things to discuss with you, and I have a few pointers to help out with dating, especially as a Christian woman, or just dating in general, or you just dating. You just need to have these basic concepts when you dating. Now, the problem, again, let's go back to this. The problem with women, again, is they operate in the spirit of desperation, but they also are eager and willing to give more than what's expected. And what I mean is you giving more of yourself than what that man is giving to you, and you not paying it. That's what I'm saying right there. That's another thing. So you operating in your masculinity, trying to lead the relationship in the direction you want it to go. And we should not do that. As a woman, as a lady, you should not try to lead in your masculinity. You should try to lead in femininity. Femininity. Okay. So let's go to these pointers that I have, and I know it sounds like it's a bunch of rambling, but I do have a couple of pointers that will probably help you out with when it comes to dating. Number one, when you come to dating in your purpose, be you during this purpose process, because everyone knows that the end result, everyone knows that they want it to be marriage. Okay, you want it to be marriage, but you're not operating your life like you want a good man. You know what I'm saying? You keep going through these cycles over and over and over and over again. And you get into a relationship, everything is in the honeymoon stage. Before you know it, you down in the lower stage, and then you broke up. Then you with another man, and then it goes up, and then it goes back down. Or you might be with the same man you was with 3 months ago that you just broke up with, but y'all get back up, then it come back down. But there is no real purpose behind it. You want to get married, or you know what the end result need to be, but you're not operating like you want to be a married woman. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is have some self-reflection and some self-awareness. Um, you need to take the time to get to know yourself and ask yourself, why am I going through the same cycle with men and people, the same person with dating that you've been dating for years? You also need to check your habits, change your habits and behaviors. And you also need to have rules to your person. Protect your soul, your person, and being. Um, the right one that God brings you will do the same, and he will see the love you have for yourself. So that's what I mean by self-reflection. I was trying to write notes down earlier, but so I didn't forget them. So anyway, but yeah, you got to do some self-reflecting, some self-awareness, and tell yourself, why am I going through this cycle? Why am I continually going through this? Is something that I need to change in order to get the results that I want to have? Because if you continually going through the same things over and over and over again, and then you're doing it with different men, not taking the time out for some healing, not taking some time out to figure out why, maybe. And then you also have to ask yourself this too, because a lot of women is not aware of this. There is not enough men out here for a woman to have a husband. So you have to ask yourself too, is your purpose to have a husband? Because not everyone is called to be married. So, you might just need to operate in your singleness like you just need to, you know, just, just be single and enjoy your singleness. And if it happens, it happens. And if it don't, it don't. If you don't get married, you don't get married. It is what it is. So that's what I mean. But and I know it's hard for a lot of women, because I know a lot of women probably lonely, and they probably feel like, that they aren't, they probably have a little, trying to figure out why they don't have no one. And it might bring a little bit of low self-esteem, a little bit of depression, because you don't have anyone in your corner to help or be there for you or care for you or love you or nurture you, or just hear you out and understand anything that you just have that friend in the house, someone to have your back like you have everybody else's back. So I know it's probably difficult, but how I look at it is, either you be patient, and you also be able to live your life to the fullest in your singleness. And that means travel, go to school, do what you want to do, be get into just some activities, get into some community service stuff at church, or just community service in general. Don't have to necessarily be a church. There's a lot of homeless shelters, or you can get involved in the school system, or join some country clubs, or something of that nature. So that way you ain't bored to death. Just but do some self-reflecting. That's what I mean. Be more self-aware. Take a step back from dating, and just enjoy your singleness while, before he comes, or if he comes at all. So you just gotta be realistic, because he may never come. He may never come because God didn't plan it for you. And everybody, you gotta understand that husbands are gifts like children. So if you don't get one, that doesn't mean you didn't, that it's bad. You just didn't get a gift of that nature. You just, God giving you something else, but you got to seek his face in order to find what he wants you to have, not what somebody else have. So anyway, the second point I made is boundaries and standards. And it's a lot of people out here. The reason why they continue going these cycles, because they ain't got no boundaries and standards. They just picking up stray cats off the ground, just or down the street, at the alley. They just picking up stray cats and thinking it's groomed because it look nice, because it talks sweet, and bringing it home. They bring these little kitty cats and these dogs home, and then expect to do something with it, and expect the cat and the dog to act right. And listen, not every stray dog and every stray cat is for you. You just got to vet it out, before you bring it home. And in order to do that, you have to have boundaries and standards. Now, I looked up the definition of boundaries and standards for folks. Boundaries are limits, and you put up out of fear and try to demand others to honor. So you basically, what it's saying, I'm gonna sum it down. Basically what it's saying, with boundaries, you have limitations, and you have rules for yourself that you give to others to respect. And that's just how it goes, because you got to protect your person. That goes back to self-awareness, self-reflection. You gotta have boundaries. You just got to. And then with standards, they are something within you that they are about you owning yourself and not being afraid of whatever may come. So but you have to have standards too. A lot of women don't operate in that because they're afraid they're gonna lose their man. They're gonna lose their man because if they speak up for themselves, or if they say something that's just not, cool. Oh, I can't say that. I can't do that. He might leave. if I do that, he gonna go away. So what? Okay, if he can't respect your boundaries and your standards, he ain't the one for you, sis. You just got to be like, okay, basically, you want me to do what you say, but you can't honor my wishes and my person and who I am. You just going to control what I do to satisfy you, not you try to work as a unit and be one person and be a unit together. You know what I'm saying? You just want everything to go your way. It's just not how a relationship works. So when it comes to dating, you must have standards and boundaries in order to get to the purpose, to have purpose while dating. Hopefully I ain't tongue tied y'all, confused y'all, because sometimes it just be like that. So number 3, red flags. Now, when you dating with a purpose, you also have to look at the red flags. You have to pay attention to the man's character and how he treats you. And I ain't talking about one time or 2 or 3 times on a date. We ain't talking about that. We talking about a consistency in his actions, a consistency in his character. He ain't breaking down after 3 months because he didn't get no vagina. He just, leaving you because he didn't get his way. So, it's kind of like you have to pay attention to that man's character, and you have to and how he treats you. So, and a lot of women, which is one of those things, they get infatuated with somebody and they'll lose all sense in their mind, and they'll ignore all the red flags, and they get captivated with imagination. And what I mean by that is they living in their imagination, like, oh, a fairy tale. As soon as they meet that man, they thinking about wedding bells. So they turn off the spidey sense and ignore the red flags so they can get to the other end of where they're trying to go. And that's not good. That's definitely not good. But I have somebody here, and it's 26 minutes. Oh my gosh, I've been talking for 26 minutes. Oh, I talk a lot, don't I? Okay. If you got anything to say it in the live chat. Okay. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as well. So anyway, with those red flags, I got like 3 main red flags: love bombing, narcissistic behaviors, and signs of abuse. Now, what helped me start recognizing it is doing some research. I had that's the best thing to do when it comes to self-awareness and self-reflection, is doing research and understanding what's good and really what's bad, and paying attention to signs. So when I started during my singleness, and I took a break from dating in general, and I stepped back for a little bit, I ended up start reading more on signs of narcissism, what is narcissism, what is love bombing. Let me see if I got those books. I do. I have them right here. Okay, I'm gonna share some books that I have that I bought that helped me. So hopefully this will help you guys. This one is a really good book. Never Date a Dead Animal. Okay, this book has like so much. I got stuff highlighted. It just gives you some red flags on covert narcissism, regular narcissism, overt narcissism. It gives you red flags on, dating properly, online dating, after you get out of a divorce. If you're in a relationship, that's unhealthy, verbal abuse, it gives you a lot of help. Yeah, this book right here. I'm telling you, y'all need to buy this book. This is by like Nancy. She on one, okay? She does the dang on thing. Now, my other book that really, this one my favorite. The Father-Daughter Talk by R.C. Blake. I ain't no sponsor or nothing, but I'm just letting you know, because I'm not a therapist or anything. If you really need a therapist or something, you need to. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But listen, this one right here, this is the book that would, if you ain't never had a father, figure, or if your father was there, but he really wasn't a father figure, you know what I'm saying? He was just there. Or if you just never had a man in your life to tell you certain things that should have been told to you as a woman, this Father-Daughter Talk book is amazing. So I would suggest getting this in your journey of while you're single and you need to take a step back from dating, or you just need to figure out life and you're dating people. This would just be a good book to have, okay? Now, this other book is amazing. Okay. I love this book too. He's Lying, Sis. I'm telling you, I got all the books off the internet. He's Lying, Sis. This is a good book too. Oh my gosh. This book is amazing. It tells you, like, I think how many lies. I think he gave us 7 lies in this book, if I can remember this straight. I think he had like 7 different types of lies. And then he would break the lies down that's being told to you. But man, now I already kind of knew some of these is like basic, but then some of these would be like, and then what he thinking. It kind of gets into depth on what this man is thinking and why he lies. But it ain't to really degrade a man. It's really just to give you an insight as a woman on what this man is thinking. So this is a good book, okay? And I got his other book. Let me see. I'm gonna tell you this. I got his other book, Stephen's book. Let's see. The Man God Has for You. Now, let me tell you something. He got some good books. Y'all just need to take a minute and at least purchase some books for some self research and help. These are some good books right here. Okay. So this is book right here. I love Tony Gaskin. I don't know if y'all know who he is, but Tony Gaskin is like freaking amazing. Okay. He's like, I listen to a lot of his YouTube videos. And I like his when he talk about his letters. He have letters with people calling in. Man, I just start laughing so hard, but I know he be trying to help him. But he go, mm, mm, mm. Okay, listen here, because that's what he say. He say, listen here, I can't, sis, I can't. And then all of a sudden, he just like his soul brought the break. Y'all need to watch him, but watch his videos. He's freaking amazing. If you looking for some self help on dating properly, he can help you. On top of R.C. Blake, he'll help you out. He'll burn your soul. Okay. So those are the books that I have. But again, just look for these 3 red flags. There's a lot of red flags out there. But you probably want to look for 3 red flags, which is the love bombing, narcissistic behavior, and signs of abuse. And there's a lot of signs of abuse. There's verbal, mental, financial abuse. There's a lot of signs of abuse out there that women choose to ignore, especially when they're entering a relationship or before they start dating. They'll kind of ignore little hints and red flags. I'll give you a couple of examples. Okay, so love bombing. Love bombing is when somebody is trying to get into a relationship real quick with you. They trying to enter into a relationship really, really fast. And, you just like, oh my gosh, it's overwhelming, but it feels right because he make you feel like it's right, and it's just 1 or 2 weeks in, and you like, oh my goodness, this is a lot. He buying you gifts, he paying for stuff, he doing so much within these 2 or 3 weeks, but you don't know what his agenda is, and he make you feel like, yeah, this might be the one. He taking me on dates, on trips, he doing everything that anybody could have imagined. And in your mind as a woman, you imagining, oh my goodness, this cannot be real. And then by the time 3 or 4 months roll by after he done moved in and then lost his job, okay, he say he lost his job, then you up here picking up the relationship. Or it ain't even got to be that. He could be wealthy and move you in 2 or 3 months, but a lot of men have agendas, or it could be a woman have agendas, and their agenda could be having control of you. They trying to isolate you from your family and friends so they can have control of you, or take control of your money, or take control of your they just it ain't even gotta be control. They can just be wanting to suck you dry of all your finances. But there's other factors that play in that. I mean, there's some crazy people out here. That's love bombing. Narcissistic behavior is pretty much just, there's a vast range of narcissistic people. So it's just, I would suggest to y'all, go find some other either videos, or go find some people who's licensed in these areas, counselors in these areas, and see what exactly that is, because they can go really in depth into narcissism. But those people are normally selfish, self-centered, manipulative. They'll use lingual words in order to get what they want out of you, and you don't even see it. All of a sudden, you thinking you the problem. You think you going crazy. You bending over backwards to please them, and it's all a give relationship on your end and a take relationship on their end. So anyway, and then signs of abuse, you got verbal, mental, financial. I think we already talked about that, but there's a lot of signs. And with verbal, you kind of can catch it, but they'll say slick things on the side. They'll say things that's try to be funny with the slick comments. They don't have good communication skills, like, at all. They don't know how to communicate their emotions right when it comes to when they get angry. Then when they get angry at you, they want to cuss you out and talk bad about you and call you names, instead of sitting down and conversing and have a conversation about how they feel. So those are like really unhealthy things that you need to look for on how they handle their anger. So those are signs of abuse. And if I was you, I would get this book that I talked about, because this goes really in depth into what red flags abuse and what abuse is. See, abusers. So yeah, that's what I would do. So the next one is number 4, the test the spirit of who you are dating. And John, 1 John 4:1, this is one of my favorite scriptures, says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world." And so what I mean by that is, just because they say they saved and filled with the Holy Spirit, you need to still test the spirit. You still need to watch and be observant and make sure that this person is who they say they are. Don't just jump into it because they say, oh, we supposed to be together because God said we supposed to be together. You really need to actually go take some time in your prayer closet to make sure that's what God said. And half the time, they ain't what God said, but you just need to verify. Okay, verify. So test the spirit out, discern his character. Don't just be eager to get into this relationship because you got a man now. Okay, so the last one is taking care of yourself And I know they kind of link the self-awareness and self-reflection, but that self-awareness and self-reflection is more on the lines of being honest with yourself. That's basically what that is. Self-care is more like you taking care of yourself, meaning your mental state, your emotions, your physical state. With your mentality, you need to if you feel like you in a state of depression, or you just you have these anger issues, or you just have problems from childhood trauma or childhood things that has happened to you, unresolved issues that can be brought into your relationship, your future relationship, you need to get that stuff resolved. You need to find you a therapist. And I ain't talking about the counselor at the church. I'm talking about a licensed therapist. You need to go find somebody that don't know you really, who can help you with your mentality, help you with your anger issues, help you resolve some of them childhood traumas that you have. Because that'll help you calm that spirit, that anger, that those emotions that you have in those times where you have just jumped into a relationship without thinking. That'll make you become more cautious and aware. So, um, so yeah, seek also, if you can't afford a therapist, some people can't afford a therapist. Try to seek wise counsel. And I'm not talking about your girlfriends. And some girlfriends are good to talk to, but they aren't a therapist. I'm talking about try to find somebody who's wise and knowledgeable in the problems that you having. So if you single, and I ain't trying to be mean, but if you single, what sense would it make for you to go to a married person? You know, go to somebody who had, or who's dealing with some similar issues, but maybe a little older and wiser, and you can tell a little bit of your business too, that won't be out in the street. So you just be selective on who your wise counselor is gonna be. So let's go back to self-care. Also, working out, exercising, eating right. There are other things that takes place during the dating with purpose. You got to eat right. Okay, you got to eat right. You also have to exercise. If you talking about you want a future husband and you got this husband in your mind, or a future wife, you have to come correct. So that means you can't go to the grocery store in a bonnet. Okay, you can't go to outside to the check, go somewhere with your pajama pants on. You can't go somewhere with your flip flops on. Your house shoes is basically what I'm saying. You got to be representing yourself at all times. You love yourself. You taking care of yourself. You got to treat yourself like, I'm the queen. This is the temple. This is God's temple that God gave me. I need to be looking good when I step outside this house. Just in case I meet my husband in the food aisle, or at the gas station, or if I meet my husband just going down the street, or walking to the mailbox. I mean, even if you are going to the grocery store and you don't feel like putting on no makeup or nothing, at least don't go to the store with a bonnet and some pajama pants on. Make sure your outfit kind of matching. That's the least you can do if you're going to wear them leggings. You can at least look decent. Put a little lip gloss on. I know we're wearing these masks these days, but do something to say, okay, if I accidentally meet him at the ice cream truck or at the restaurant, I'll have myself looking correct and right, at least, so he could be able to give like a second look and be like, dang, that girl is fine. I might need to talk to her. So that's why I say eating right, smelling good, exercising, those are all part of self-care. You want God to bring you a man, you at least want to be presentable. Okay? Because men are visual creatures. So that brings me back to enjoying your singleness and embracing it. And I think that's like pretty much all of it, because I've been on here for a long time and I can talk forever. Okay. I'm just going to stop right there. But if anybody got any questions, and want to talk about anything, feel free. I'm here. And you can always contact me. Oh, I forgot to put my information in. You can always either contact me on Facebook or through my email. Let's see, Rita Chip. Let's see, because that's my other nickname, 3@gmail.com. You can contact me there. I put it in the little thing, the little live chat. So and you can contact me there if you got any questions, or you can find me on Facebook, because I am on Facebook. Hold on. So my Facebook is Rita Griffin. Obviously, you know my last name because this is the Griffin's channel. Okay. Hey, hey, do you have any questions? I'll have more of these videos. Eventually, I'll have more of these videos, and we'll be talking about more things to come. And if you want me to go in depth with something, feel free to let me know, leave a comment, or send an email, or find me on Facebook, and I can go in more detail. But next Saturday, we'll probably. Okay. You're done. Okay. Well, hey, let me tell you something. At a certain age, I'm definitely gonna be done with dating too. I ain't even gonna lie, I have a stopping point. Okay. I'm gonna be worried about other things. But you can always watch this video again if you need some dating tips. Again, I'm not a licensed therapist or anything, but I could at least help you and give you some of my experiences on what I've been through. Oh, I'm gonna have to do a story time one day. I think I'm gonna do a story time one day, like one of my dating dating stories. Oh man, I got a lot. Some crazy stories too. Burial plots and insurance, exactly. That's what I always say. When you get to a certain age, you only need to be worried about burial plots and insurance. I don't know why dudes continue to chase women after a certain age, or they want to get right at 60. Men want to get right at 60 and be like, okay, I'm ready to settle down now, after they've been all around God's kingdom chasing all the kitty cats in all over the land, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, I want to get it right now. I'm ready to find me a queen. But long story short, I don't know why men take forever to just want to settle down. Now, some men, they already got a plan. That's what I mean by if you date with a purpose. If you date with a purpose, I'm gonna stop right here. But if you date with a purpose, when you meet that man, and that man is really, really interesting, really interested in you, he's gonna have a plan for you. He's gonna have a plan for you. He's right. He's gonna have a plan for you. He's not gonna sit up here and play with you and try to go back and forth on if y'all supposed to be together or not. He gonna already have the future lined up for you, and he gonna be ready. And he also, in the meantime, gonna respect your boundaries and standards. He's not gonna sit up there and just try to ease his way into your underwear. He gonna actually be patient with you. He's gonna and in the meantime of him dating you, so say y'all already went through the process of y'all first initial dates and y'all decided to be exclusive. In the meantime, at the end of it, during the dating process, he'll respect you, he'll honor you, he'll care for you, not just financially, because that's what I believe. I don't do the 50-50. But I believe, he'll care for you. And I'm not just talking about financially, but I'm also talking about he'll try to protect your mind. He also try to protect your soul. He also will try to protect your spirit, your body. He's protective of you. He'll care for you. He's not going to try to take from you. He'll be making sure that since he on top, he want to make sure his woman on top too. He ain't gonna want you to go to the store in a bonnet. He gonna make sure your hair done sometimes, if he can afford it. He gonna make sure your nails done sometimes. If you struggling with something, he gonna help. He gonna want to help you. So, anyway, I try to tell a lot of women that, but they don't listen. But anyway, we like 50 minutes in. And I guess I'm going to stop it right here. I'll have more dating stuff later, and we can talk about that stuff in other videos. But again, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Feel free to contact me. We'll have another video out on Monday, my brothers and I. Ooh, I think y'all gonna have fun with that, because it's gonna be all about TV shows, our favorite TV shows, and that's on Monday in our family meetings. And again, I hope you like our channel. It's all about family. It's all about love. It's all about everybody's different personalities. And I hope you enjoy all of us, because we are all different and we are all fun. So anyway, hopefully I see you guys later. I see y'all soon, and talk to you later. Bye.